Another month is upon us, which means more new things to enjoy in Animal Crossing New Horizons. As we're reaching the peak of summer in the northern hemisphere and the coldest days in the southern hemisphere, there's a lot of things to enjoy this month. From items to collect and events to enjoy and even an updated feature as well, there's a lot to unpack in this video, so let's jump right into it. Starting us off with our first event in July, we have the fishing tournament, which is actually happening for both the northern and the southern hemisphere, so no matter where you are, you can enjoy this event on July the 9th this time around. The fishing tournament remains much the same as it always has, but I still think this is a really fun and solid event to play, and there's a lot of really great rewards that you can get for doing so. You can of course invite your friends online as well if you do have Nintendo Switch Online and play the tournament with them, which in my opinion does make it a lot more fun than playing by yourself. I won't lie though, I'm not the biggest CJ fan, so having to put up with him and his dialogue is a little bit tiring, but you know what? For the good fish items that you can get, I'll do it. However, that's not the only event going on in July. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, we can also enjoy another Bug Off of the season. This time it happens on July the 23rd. That makes this the second one of the year, so at the very least make sure you check in so you can get your Nook Miles if you haven't already completed that achievement yet. Once again, sadly, there's nothing really new here to collect for veteran players, but I do still think it's a fun and solid event, and for those of you who have never really played it before, then you definitely should. In my opinion, the Bug Off is a lot easier to take part in than the fishing tournament, but that might just be because I'm absolutely terrible at fishing, and I feel like a lot of other Animal Crossing players really struggle with it as well, so maybe you would find the Bug Off a little bit more relaxing to do. I also personally think that the items you can get from the Bug Off are a lot better, so it's definitely worth giving them both a try, even if it's just to keep yourself from boredom in New Horizons. Now moving on to the limited time seasonal items that you can collect throughout the month of July. There's actually quite a lot to enjoy throughout this month, so you'll want to make sure you get them before they all disappear. Starting off, we have the bamboo grass item, and I really like this one because it does have its own special feature where if you click on it you can get some really cool dialogue and special messages as well. So I definitely recommend getting this one. It looks really cool in a variety of different islands, and you can even display it in your house as well if you wanted to. Next we have the ship wheel decoration, and this one can go on your doors. You can also gift it to your villagers as well and have it displayed on theirs, or of course now if you have Happy Home Paradise, you can easily customize the outside of their home to display this item. It's a simple one, but I really like the nautical theme of this. I do wish there were more nautical items used in the game. It is a bit of a shame that you can't display this on the ground, but I guess there is another kind of ship wheel item that you can get from Gulliver, or I guess I should say Gullivar. So yeah, I do like this one, it's pretty neat. Next we have the classic rodeo style springy ride-on. This item is actually just a reskin of one of the items that you can get from resident services by redeeming your Nook Miles, but you know what, I still like it. If you're trying to make your own farming theme island or making some horse stables or something like that, this one would definitely fit really well into that. In fact, as of late, I've seen some people making some Wild West sort of desert themed islands, so this will basically be the perfect item to get your hands on. I really like this one, definitely worth getting. Finally, we also have the Phrygian cap, which is one of the wearable items you can get. I feel like generally you don't see many items that you can wear from the Nook shopping tab, so it's always cool when you do get one. You could gift this to your villagers if you wanted to, or you could just wear it yourself. Personally, I don't have much use for it, but I always think the seasonal items in this game are really cool because they represent a whole bunch of different cultures and events around the world, which is basically their entire purpose, and it kind of educates us in a really cool way as well. So definitely check these out and get these items before it's too late. Next, we have an updated Nintendo Switch feature. This is the feature which was introduced a few months ago for Nintendo Switch Online users, where you can collect villagers who are celebrating their birthday this month in New Horizons, so it has that direct connection to the game. Once again, it'll be updated for the month of July, so every villager who is celebrating their birthday throughout that month, you can collect them and use them as your icon on the Nintendo Switch, which all your friends who play Animal Crossing New Horizons can also see. This time I've decided to actually list which villagers are celebrating their birthday throughout the month. So we have Kurt, Agent S, Blair, Apollo, Samson, Mira, Bree, Jeremiah, Huck and Static, Mott and Toby, Victoria, Olive, Twiggy, Dizzy, Caroline, Frita, Jay, Croak, Nibbles, Yuka, Prince, Chow, Elvis, O'Hare and Rex, Peck, Curly, Eric and Ketchup, Truffles, Lionel, Frank, And finally, Grizzly and Julia. So if you're a fan of any of those villagers, maybe one of them is your absolute all-time favorite, then you'll definitely want to make sure you collect them throughout the month of July, because once they're gone, they're gone. You will not be able to time travel backwards or forwards in order to get them. That's just not possible with this feature, so definitely make sure you get your hands on them before it's too late. Of course, this feature will also be updated with New Horizons themed backgrounds to collect as well, once again, which will be limited throughout the month. I personally really enjoy this feature. I think it's super cool that you can collect all of your favorite villagers and use them as your profile icon. Before, Nintendo Switch icons were honestly fairly boring, so the fact that they are now directly connected to Animal Crossing New Horizons I think is really cool. Still hoping though that eventually they will add in the special characters, as we are yet to see them, even though they do have their own birthdays assigned as well. So what's up with that, Nintendo? Where's Isabelle? Where's Tom Nook? Where's all of our favorites? I'm really hoping they'll add them in the future. In at number 5, we do have some bush changes. This seems to happen almost every month in Animal Crossing New Horizons, where some new bush will start to bloom, or another one will stop blooming, and you'll have to wait basically a year until you can see it bloom again. This time around, the hydrangea bushes will stop blooming on July the 20th for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. So if you've been enjoying them up until this point in the last few months, just know that they will stop blooming pretty soon. However, soon after they stop blooming, hibiscus will start blooming on July the 21st, so you can appreciate them. I've always really associated these hibiscus bushes with the summertime, so appreciate them whilst they're out and blooming. You can of course still enjoy the plumeria bushes blooming throughout this month as well, and I absolutely love those. Finally, it is time for the new bugs, fish, and sea creatures which will be leaving and appearing in the northern and southern hemispheres. Starting us off, we have the bugs which are arriving in July. For the Northern Hemisphere, we have the grasshopper, the brown cicada, robust cicada, giant cicada, evening cicada, cicada shell, blue weevil beetle, earth-boring dung beetle, scarab beetle, saw stag, Miami stag, giant stag, cyclomantis stag, golden stag, giraffe stag, horned dynastid, horned atlas, horned elephant, horned Hercules, walking stick, and walking leaf. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of bugs, so definitely go out and catch these whilst you can throughout summer, although you will have a little while to get most of these. However, leaving in the Northern Hemisphere, we do have the honeybee, so goodbye to that sweet little creature. However, no bugs are arriving or leaving for those in the Southern Hemisphere. Next, we have the new fish in the Northern Hemisphere. We have the sweet fish, the Napoleon fish, puffer fish, blue marlin, and the ocean sunfish. Then for the new fish in the Southern Hemisphere, we have the sweet fish, Napoleon fish, puffer fish, and ocean sunfish. Fish leaving in the Northern Hemisphere is the tadpole, and then there are no fish leaving in the Southern Hemisphere. Finally, onto sea creatures. The new sea creatures which are arriving in the Northern Hemisphere are the giant isopod, horseshoe crab, and the moon jellyfish. The sea creatures arriving in the Southern Hemisphere are the acorn barnacle, mantis shrimp, octopus, pearl oyster, scallop, sea anemone, sea slug, sea star, and the whelk. The sea creatures leaving in the Northern Hemisphere are the seaweed, and then the sea creatures leaving in the Southern Hemisphere are the abalone. So these are all the updates and changes which you needed to know throughout the month of July. I hope you enjoyed learning about them as much as I did. Let me know what you're most looking forward to throughout this month in the comments section down below, and if you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know that you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos. I want to say thank you to these channel members for supporting me and the content that I make here. Their contributions allow me to keep making videos. If you want to support these videos and get some great perks for doing so, like access to our members only Discord, exclusive Bob emojis and live streams, and much more, then click the join button down below the video or the link in the description.